Last time on the Arias adventures, Toguro is just finishing up his food. He spots Feyora coming out of the kitchen, and you see she's clearing away some plates and stuff at a table.
Toguro, if you want to, see if she needs any help while we go do this thing, we would totally understand.
She kind of stares at you and is just like, wait, what? And Togoro's just like, oh, I'll totally come help.
So Rode just looks at Feyora and whispers, Tag, you're it.
Just ask, should I go in with you guys, or what are your guys' thoughts on this?
I think it's a really good idea that you come in with us. It might shake something loose.
But I was thinking I could go invisible and keep close to y'all, keep an ear on.
And you see the aptly named Gearhead Throne, and upon it you see a young gnome man. Prince Thendizz, I would like to introduce you to some adventurers that I have met who are here to beseech you in aiding them in some information. Greetings. I'm honored to meet your acquaintance.
I don't mind if I ask you some questions, do you?
Yeah, I think now would be the perfect time that I'm going to let go of Rode and I'm going to follow Cat.
We've had some issues in our travels. A name has, to our knowledge, Lord Renault. I assume you know who that is. Do you know him well?
He has an associate who has a snake tattoo on her neck.
You find a secretarial note, and it just briefly states that the king's son, Lord Baldus Flintspark, had a private meeting with a dignitary halfling. She gave her name as Lady Zima Serpentine.
Ben was just telling us how invaluable you are. You might know whom we seek.
This guy's a smooth fucking talk. I mean, he is just blatant. He's not sweating or fidgeting. He's just deadpan looking at you guys and answering your questions with a backup prepared.
I'm just gonna sit back in the chair and sort of cross my legs and very gently reach down and casually touch the stone in my pocket and mentally tell Mannie to go check out Baldus's quarters.
So, Toguro.
Hi.
Your friends have gone to do important, boring official business at the palace. They left with Cat Fizz, and Blitz has headed to her workshop to get some business done. And you get to cook and hang out with Feyora here at the tavern. So
that's awesome.
You jumped at the chance to join her in the kitchen, gathering up your table's plates and stuff, and barged into the kitchen. When you come in with your armful of dishes and whatnot, you find the dwarf who's always hanging out at the bar. He's back there with a big apron on, and he's slicing vegetables and whatnot. And he sees you and he's like, "Ugh, what are you doing back here, boy?"
I was told I'm working today.
What?
Hi, I'm Toguro.
Yeah, I know, lad.
What do I do now? I pick up a knife and go, let's chop up something.
Oh, no, nope. Did you just drop the dishes in your arms to pick up a knife? Or
I didn't
know
I had dishes in my arm.
Yeah, no, you
didn't tell me that.
I did.
Oh.
It was in my narration that I'm sure you weren't paying attention to.
Yeah. Okay, I don't pick up a knife. I set down the dishes, then I pick up the knife and go, let's do this.
Nope, are you sure you're supposed to be back here? And as he says that, Feyora comes in behind you and she's just like,
I turn to her with a giant butcher knife in my hand. Hi!
Oh my God. Who said you? Nope. Okay. We're going to lay some ground rules down when you're in the kitchen. All right. Alforn and I are in trouble. Are not in trouble. We're in charge.
Who do I kill?
Nope. No. Never mind. I didn't say. Alforn and I were the ones in charge. So you're going to be our apprentice.
Okay, I put down the big knife and I pick up a smaller knife, the apprentice knife.
You know what? She kind of like thinks for a moment.
It's like a potato peeler.
How about, you know what? Let's start with the basics. We'll work our way up to sharp objects, okay?
I pick up a wooden spoon.
No. Okay, just don't pick up anything. You get to start washing dishes. And she points over at a corner. There's a big sink with a well pump, like a water pump right there. And you see there's stacks of pots and pans and stuff. She's like, this is where every cook starts, is here. And she leads you over. These are all from breakfast and lunch. And they need washed before tonight. Okay?
Okay.
So you're going to start here. And when you're done with that, we'll move on to the next step.
Okay.
Are you disappointed or are you okay with that?
No, I'm good. Let's go.
Okay. What?
What? Do you have olive juice over there? It looked like it. It's my favorite.
We have. Okay. Just get started on these, all right?
I get started so hard on them.
Okay. So, how quickly are you working to complete these?
All my attention's devised to this, and I'm giving it my 110%.
So go ahead and make me a concentration check.
There you go, 17.
Okay. So, yeah, you quickly knock out the dishes and actually do a very good job getting them clean. Like, you don't miss a speck of grease or grime. You call to Feyora and Alforn comes over and she's like, okay. How about you come over here with me and we can get started on making some bread for tonight.
Okay.
That requires no sharp objects whatsoever.
Okay.
You just got to use your hands. And he takes you over to the bread making table where you see like flour and you see pouches of yeast and everything. And he starts walking you through how to put all the components to make a loaf of bread together. So how intently are you paying attention to him?
Oh, so much.
Across the kitchen, you see Feyora is slicing away at some vegetables and stuff into a big pot that's over the fire. And you also see she is also slicing off some chunks of meat or something and adding it as well. So Alforn catches you kind of glancing over at her, and he's just like, you like her, boy?
What? No, you like her, weirdo.
It's just us men. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. She keeps to herself quite a bit. She's not one for socializing. Neither am I, but do you ask him anything as you're working or following along with him, or are you just doing the bread making?
I was just doing the bread making.
Okay. So after a bit, he shows you how to he tells you about letting the bread rise for a bit and then coming back to it. And you see he goes to an oven behind you, the two of you, and pulls out a tray of these, they look like the pastries and stuff you saw Feyora eating on the first morning. And he's just like, now we're going to let these cool and then we're going to fill them with fruits and stuff. So you guys work for a bit on fairly easy things while it looks like Feyora is doing some of the more full food prep and whatnot. So
every time he turns around and starts doing something, I just pick up a knife and I head over towards her
when
hey.
he's just like, oh,
well, it's one of those, I wait for him to turn around and I wait for her to turn around, and then I go and start finishing cutting while she's turned. I'm like that chopping noise. She has her back turned and you just hear the chopping noise.
Nice. So after a bit, you hear what sounds like a bell ringing out in the tavern area.
I got it.
Oh, you head out there?
I head out. I'm going to be the waiter today.
You're going to... Okay. At the bar, you see 4 humans 3 men and a woman.
I got a kiss the cook apron on, and I have a bandana with my hair up, and my sleeves rolled up. My sleeves rolled up, and I'm like, hi.
They all kind of just like look at you for a long, hard moment. None of they look very well traveled and whatnot. You see, they've got like leather armors and whatnot. A couple of them have weapons at their sides and everything, and they have travel packs on their backs. The woman steps forward. Are you the proprietor of this establishment?
Oh no, that's Blitz. I don't think she's here right now, but she's like my bestest friend, so I can probably get someone who's more qualified to answer that question, though.
Would you please? We're in need of rooms.
Feyora.
Feyora comes
Dwarf
out.
guy.
Okay.
What's his name?
Alforn.
Alforn. Help. Help. Help.
You're just okay. Feyora comes out, and when they see her, you see they all kind of take a stop at her as well. Kind of like a surprised, not so pleased looking to be waited on by, well, now a full orc and a half orc. You see she puts on her best, Feyora puts on like her best customer service face. Hello, you are in need of assistance? And the woman is just like, yes, we're in need of rooms and stables for our horses, and perhaps you can also help us. We are searching for some stolen goods and people, and our trail has led us here. She looks at the two of you.
What was stolen?
Some valuable money and personal belongings of the governor of Ritsang from the kingdom of Rymor.
Does any of that shit ring a bell? That's not the Nikogen bitches, are they? It's not going to turn out that they're looking for the Nikogen people because they're like escaped slaves.
I don't know what you're talking about.
God damn it.
So Feyora and you, I mean, are you just more letting Feyora take the lead on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna just listen, but I'm gonna like go clear tables, so I'm kind of like behind them.
Okay.
I have a feeling I may have to kick some ass here. It's also kind of my dream because it's I'm hoping to have a Roadhouse Swayze moment, so I'm kind of prepared for this.
Okay.
I'm not going to rip anyone's esophagus out, but I mean,
well, that's good. So are you trying to half listen as you're doing all of this?
Yeah.
Whatnot? Okay, go ahead and make a investigation check as you're cleaning stuff.
1.
All right. Yeah, you don't catch a lot of their conversation. You are busy. A halfling asks for you to refill their drink. A dwarf says he wants another bowl of soup and some fresh bread at his table.
Oh my god, bitches.
A couple of half-elves are smoking some pipes, and a lady over at the table behind them is complaining of their smoke and whatnot. So yeah, people are kind of distracting you from being able to listen in. I mean, you see Feyora is keeping a pretty neutral face and talking with the woman and whatnot and everything, and you see she takes some money from them and writes their names down in a book and everything and points to the stairs and everything, and you see the 4 of them head up the steps as you approach the bar, and they pass by you. And Feyora has a troubled look on her face.
What is that about?
I don't think it's something good. They're hunters from the governor of Ritsang. It appears those Nikogen you guys are friends with might be actual runaways. And it looks like they stole from their master. So that's not good.
Oh. Are they still in their room, the Nikogens?
No, they left earlier today.
Where'd they go?
They went out into the city to do some more of their own business.
Well, shit.
How how about this? Can you head over to the workshop and bring Blitz here? Because I think we need to, I don't know, get her in on this. She might know what to do.
Yeah, I don't like people owning other people.
Neither do I. And anyone from Rymore doesn't like anyone like us. And she points between herself and you.
Wait, why do they like us?
Because we're orcs.
So?
They're the... Okay, yeah, you've really not lived in civilization. So, orcs, like me, mostly, a lot of those tribes like to attack human kingdoms and steal and raid and all that fun jazz. And human kingdoms like those people from Rymore don't like us for doing that.
Oh, but that's not all orcs. That's just a few orcs.
Make a perception check, actually, as you say that.
15.
You notice when you say not all orcs are like that, she kind of gives like a disappointed look, and she's just like, yeah, sure, not all orcs are like that.
I mean, I don't think so.
Have you met many orcs besides me? And
no, but I only know you, so that's all that matters. You're a good orc.
We'll go with that.
I get serious for a second. I'm like, I look at her, I'm like, you've probably done something in your past. It doesn't matter. I don't know that one. I know you, and you're a good orc. That's all that matters.
Thank you.
And then I go get Blitz. I leave it at that.
Okay. So you run around the block. It's not long.
I run so fast.
You run so fast.
I'm like screaming at people if they get in the way. I'm like, ah!
move. So yeah, you head down the street and around the block and whatnot, and you make it to Blitz's workshop.
I put on my jacket too.
Oh, your Mannie jacket.
Oh yeah, I gotta look the part now. I take the apron off, the thing off. I put my Power Ranger armor and my Mannie jacket on, and I head out.
Okay. Do you stop by the stables to visit Ramathorn, or are you heading straight to Blitz?
Oh, of course. I on the way, like running someone over, I throw a coin, and then I grab like a pear, and then I run.
Okay. So you arrive.
It's probably not the first time I've done this, so I'm just like, "Hi, Mr. Johnson."
You've only been here for like 2-3 days.
Yeah, it's probably not the first time I've done this.
Okay. So you stop at the stable behind the workshop and visit Ramathorn.
Yes.
You see he's happily munching on some feed and whatnot at the moment when he sees you. He starts like stamping his feet up against the stable doors and bleating excitedly at you, almost kicking the door down.
I jump over and I give him the pear and I wrestle with him a little bit, and then I go get Blitz.
Okay, so you get upstairs to Blitz's office, careening past workbenches and whatnot. You see she's behind her desk at the moment reading something, and she sees you come in. Toguro, how goes the baking?
It goes. We need you at the bar immediately.
Is everything okay?
Human hunters from Regia something showed up. It turns out the Nikojin are actually like runaway slaves that stole from the master, and they're not there right now, but the human hunters are. Plus, they don't like me and Feyora because we're orcs.
Oh no. Well, let's go.
Let's go. Should we take Grammy?
Why would we need your... Not,
Get there fast.
It's just right around the block. If you want to bring him, you can, but he stays outside.
It's all right. I pick her up and we go.
Oh, this is insulting? Put me down.
I just take off. I hold her like a football, like an end zone, like my other arm's out, like pushing people away, and we head off.
So everybody in the workshop is watching you carry their guild master like a football.
This is emergency.
Blitz is like trying to pound against you, like, put me down, Toguro. Bad Toguro. Put me down.
Parkour.
So are you just running back to the tavern, or
I thought she had to go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know you had mentioned getting Ramathorn. I didn't know if you were grabbing him or not. Okay.
I didn't want to leave him out there because these hunters, I feel like if we fuck on them, they'll fuck on us by like slitting his throat, and I'll just die.
Okay. Well, we can't have that. As you round the corner and approach the entrance to the bar, you see coming in the opposite direction are the Nikojin, Naomi, and her brothers.
I drop Litz gently, so that she can go in, and I run for them.
Okay. She's like, Toguro.
I just do like the full on like waterboard.
Okay, so you put her down and she brushes herself off and sees the direction you're heading. She's like, oh, right. And she goes inside the building. Naomi smiles at you. Toguro, hello.
I open my arms like I'm going to give her a hug, and I scoop all of them up.
Oh, God. Okay. You scoop them all 4 up. You know what? I'll just go ahead and say you do that. They're all caught off guard. Fucking greedy. Are you just running down the street with them?
Yes. I got to think of a place.
Are you heading in a okay.
Yes. The 2 brothers who I got the Mind Special Dust from. It's the only place I know that's seedy and no one knows that we've been there.
So you're going to run all the way from this side of town to the home of the Ollie Block brothers.
Yes.
Okay. Along the way, you have an armful of Nikojin who are upset at you.
I imagine it's like having an armful of cats mad at me. Like, is that racist? I hope it's not racist.
We'll have to ask Rhodes.
Rhodes? Oh, no. Never mind.
Oh, no. So as you're doing this, Naomi's like, what's going on? Put us down.
I'm huffing faint. I'm like, humans from city of Regil something hunting you because you are slaves that left and stole.
You hear one of the brothers, just his face is like pressed up against you. You're like, oh, sure.
I know. And they got a room in the God, you're heavy. In the inn. And that's where they're at. And you're going there.
Okay, so you arrive outside of the Ollie Block Brothers workshop.
I'm just like panting. Like I'm catching, like there's a good like 20 minutes. I'm like, like I'm like hands on my knees, like sweat, like a little spittle, like I'm dying.
As soon as you put them down, Naomi's just like, do you need me to heal you or something? Are you okay?
No, I just need some water.
Okay. She hands you a water skin.
Oh, I drink the crap out of it.
Hero, his arms folded. He looks disheveled and upset. He's like, okay, so hunters from Ritsang are here looking for us?
Yes.
He looks really upset. Just like, I thought we had a good enough lead and had covered our trail. How did they find us?
I don't know. They didn't. I didn't hear some of it because I was trying to eavesdrop, but apparently I'm not good at that.
Naomi looks completely concerned. You see her ears are lowered and she has like this terrified look on her face. You see the other brothers are kind of like, they all look worried. Hero looks pretty upset, trying to figure out. He's just,
look, I'm here to protect you. This is what you hired us for.
It's true.
I pull out my giant axe that's electrifying with electricity. I'm like, I'll kill them if they come near you. I'm good at it.
So is this a place we can stay?
I hope so. I go in.
You go in. Nate, you hear Naomi behind you. Yeah, this is where Rhodes and I, we know these guys. They're fairly nice.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only other place in town I know, other than the woods where I met Rami.
I don't want to go out into the woods.
Yeah, I figured. You look like the type that doesn't. Nerd.
You know what? Let's just go in. So you guys go in, and it looks, from when you guys were following the trail to find Rhodes, it looks pretty much the same. You hear noise coming from the back and whatnot. You hear someone muttering like frantically to themselves and everything. And you hear the voice of Len just like, just calm the fuck down. Okay. It's fine. You can.
Friends.
God damn it. We're not open.
It's Toguro, the one who saved you from the pirates.
Ah, Jesus. You see Len come down the hall and approaches. He's like, oh, hey, where's the rest of your crew?
They went to the palace for stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
I have a favor to ask.
Oh, do you?
Yes, and I can pay. I have much gold.
All right. What's the favor?
Can my new friends stay here and you don't let anyone know they're here?
He eyes them all and he recognizes Naomi and he's just like, you're in trouble again? She kind of just like gives him a small smile. Okay. Yeah, we can keep them here. We've got rooms upstairs that are sorely in need of. Well, yeah, they can stay. They'll be fine. No one comes here anyway, so.
Oh, that's so sad.
Is it? I mean, I never stop to think of that. God damn it.
Now I'm here.
Cool. Yeah, they can stay here. They'll be fine.
Okay.
So, how much am I getting paid to watch your pets? Friends, my apologies.
Jesus. I have 100 gold and I can give you another 100 when I'm done. When they're safe.
How about you give me 5 copper pieces and we'll call it even?
I give him just a gold piece and because I don't know how to do that. So
you know what? That works too. Just one. Yeah, we'll just round it up.
Where's your brother?
He's in back.
Hi, brother.
You hear, hello. You haven't found Bertha yet, have you?
Who's Bertha?
It's fine. He lost his big giant toy. He'll be okay.
What's it look like? I'll keep an eye out for it.
You know, it's a big giant metal ball.
Big giant metal ball. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard to find.
It shouldn't. So if you see it, let us know.
Okay.
So yeah, Naomi and her brothers, thank you. And where are you heading now? To the palace or back to the inn?
I'll head back to the inn, but I asked if they have a back way I can go through.
Yeah, it's the way you guys went before into their back courtyard.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to take the back way so that way no one sees me. And then I'm going to find a random back door to another shop, go in through it.
We'll be right back with the rest of the episode after a quick word from some of our other fellow podcast friends.
I'm Special Agent Fox Mulder of the FIA. I've lived and worked in Farport my whole life, and sure, it's been dangerous. We've dealt with organized crime, murderers, lunatics with magic items, even vampires. But support from the agency was always right around the corner. But next assignment for me and my partner Tom is going to take us far away from here, outside the Imperium even. Once we get out there, there's no calling for backup. Once we get to Fillmore's Crossing, it's the Wild West.
LCPD&D is an actual play podcast put on by the boys of the Lost Context podcast. Our adventure right now takes place in a Wild West world with cowboys, magic, and an all-original soundtrack. Listen in by searching for LCPD&D on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Castbox, or Spotify.
Hey everyone, it's your DM Cassie here. Before we jump back into the rest of the episode, if you haven't yet heard, we are planning our first community one-shot episodes where we invite you, the listener, to become the player. Farwind DM Rob Kerr and I are each running a special one-shot set within our worlds of Farwind and Arias for you to play in. All you need to do to have a chance in playing is to email us a 1 to 2 minute audio introducing you and sharing your character idea. You have until January 31st to get those submissions into our email at partyadvantagepodcast@gmail.com. We can't wait to hear all the creative, exciting, and colorful characters you have to play. Again, you can email your submissions to partyadvantagepodcast@gmail.com. As always, if you've been enjoying this episode of Party Advantage, please take the time to review us on your podcast platform of choice. Reviews really do help us spread the word and grow the show so that we can keep bringing you even more exciting content. And whenever you find yourself wanting to know more about Arias and Farwind, please make sure to check out our website at partyadvantagepodcast.com. You'll find it full of character backstories, lore, maps, and much, much more. As always, thank you so much for listening, and now, back to the show. So, Mannie, as you open this door and slip inside, you kind of take a pause to look around, and as you do so, you receive this telepathic message from Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, right on it. So, what does his door have his name on it?
Well, look for a pompous ass and follow him. He'll probably go to his room.
Well, I've seen many of those, but I'll do the best I can. And I've seen him before, right, DM?
Yeah, when he tells you that this is Baldus, you recall that this is the sulking young man from when you first arrived here.
All right. So I'm in this room that was guarded. Is there anything in here before I head back out?
Make a quick investigation check.
19.
It's a comfortable looking room. You see this appears to be like a sitting room of sorts with a couple of doors across that lead into other rooms. You see there is a fireplace and mantle, and above it you see a very like official portrait of an older gentleman with like sandy hair that's slightly grayed, an attractive woman gnome woman as well, and then a younger Prince Thendizz sitting above it. And as you look around, you see just some like knickknacks here and there. Some of it kind of reminds you of like what you've heard as Nikojin artwork.
All right. Well, I'm going to head out, and I'm going to start heading back towards where I was coming from.
Okay.
And hopefully run into Baldus.
As you turn to head out the door of this room, your eye catches a velvet box that is kind of sitting off next to a vase.
Oh, I'll open it up.
You find a very beautiful ring with a diamond on it.
Oh, classy. I'll just leave it there. I'm not going to steal that.
It looks like it's super expensive.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. Looks like an engagement ring. All right, I'm just going to walk out of this room and try to look for Baldus.
Okay. Make another investigation check.
13.
Okay. You get lost again.
Shit.
You try to make your way back to the throne room area to maybe like run into, I don't know, more official looking people that you can maybe follow or whatever, but you are hopelessly lost now, wandering and whatnot. As you pass one of the doors, however, you hear loud coughing and hacking coming from behind it, like someone is just like having a fit at the moment.
I kind of peek in.
As you peek in, you see a man like kind of bent over a small like writing desk. He's trying to catch his breath as he's coughing and whatnot. His hands are one of his hands are kind of like shakily, like trying to get towards a goblet and whatnot, but he looks like he's struggling to catch his breath.
Damn it. I'm gonna... Wait, is he... I'm sorry, he was writing something?
No, he's standing over a writing desk as he's having this coughing fit.
All right, I look around. Is anyone around other than the old man?
No, you don't see anybody else.
All right, I drop invisibility real quick. I go in there. I drop invisibility.
Okay.
And I help him out.
All right. So what are you doing to help him?
I'm gonna get him the pitcher of water, and I'll be like, "Oh, let me help you. I heard you, and thought you could use some help."
He looks in your direction. His eyes are kind of like surprised as you see he's like nodding his head yes, like.
Yeah, I definitely help him.
All right, you he takes the water, kind of spills out over the edges as his hand is shaking. He catches his breath for a second as he takes like a sip, and then gives himself a second and takes another longer or drink and whatnot. He sets it down. You see he like catches his breath and he turns to him. He's like, thank you, young man.
Oh yeah. And...
Thought I was about to faint there for a second.
Oh, no worries. Well, have a great day. I'm gonna start to slowly escape the room and try to.
Hold a moment, please. Are you a new staff? You don't look familiar. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm new around here. My name's Charlie.
Charlie? Oh, I wasn't aware we had hired more servants. What part of the staff do you belong to, young Charlie?
I am part of interrogation.
You're part of which one? I'm sorry?
The cooking staff. I'm part of the cooking staff.
Oh.
That's why I offered you water, you know. I just felt that was the right thing to do.
Oh, well, it's greatly appreciated. Well, on behalf of the palace and whatnot, thank you very much for your assistance. If you would tell Matilda to I don't know, give you an extra rack of lamb tonight when you eat and whatnot, that I thank you very much. Hold on a second. He turns as he goes over to an end table with a drawer. He opens it. He pulls out a fairly decent sized purse. You hear it jingle a little bit. He makes his way over towards you. Make an insight check as you're watching him do this.
I'm rolling so well tonight. 22.
Yeah, you look around the room as you're watching him and you notice a smaller version of the large portrait you saw in the last room you were in. And this one is sitting on the writing table right next to you. And you realize you're looking... Yeah, this looks like an older version of the king.
No. I can't accept that. I think I should really get going.
No,
I'm going to be busy. I got to clean tables.
As your king commands, please hold.
Okay.
I command it. Don't make me get all formal, boy. Goodness.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
He comes over, he sits in the chair next to the desk and whatnot and looks at you. So what part of the city do you hail from, Charlie?
Oh, well, I'm new to town.
What village then do you hail from?
Slateport.
Oh, you're a long way from home then, boy. What brings you all the way to this kingdom?
Oh, just money, and I got a sweet gig here at the palace, so I couldn't toss that up.
Oh, well, on behalf of all of the Kingdom of Spingdagant, welcome, and I'm glad you were able to secure such a good job here at the palace. Here, please, to get you started and settling in. He just plops the change purse into your hand, and you feel it heavy with money.
Oh, well, thank you, Your Grace.
Oh.
And I kind of bow.
Please. Hey, what cook do you serve under with the cooking staff? I'd like to have you as my serving boy, if you don't mind, since you responded so quickly to assisting me.
Oh, well, yeah, I was just in the area. I was kind of actually lost, to be honest. I was heading towards Baldrin's room. I guess I have to serve food to him.
Oh, Baldus.
Yeah, Baldus, that's it. See, new. I barely remember names, honestly. I can't even remember my head chef.
Just a second. I'll have one of the I'll have one of the guards take you to his quarters. Just a moment. He
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
He goes over and rings a bell, and a few moments later, a guard appears from a door you didn't
Mannie,
notice.
you're such a cuckoo.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna just like turn or like I'm gonna be like, fuck. Just like under my breath when he's like going away to get this. I'm just gonna be like, fuck, these guys are gonna hate me.
A guard appears, and you hear the king explaining, "This young chap Charlie is new to our staff, so please make him welcome. And he is in need of reporting to Baldus's room to serve in there. But I think I'm gonna have him transferred since he seems like a bright young lad. Aren't you, Charlie?"
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the compliment.
So please escort our new friend Charlie here to Baldus's quarters, if you would be so kind. And please send for Thendizz. I must speak with him. It's of importance. And the guard salutes and turns to you to lead you to Baldus's room.
Charlie, this ain't no chocolate factory.
I'm gonna follow.
Are you wanting to send a message or anything to anybody, or are you just going with the flow?
I'm gonna place my hand in my pocket with the sending stone, and I'm gonna concentrate on it and telepathically say to Road, okay, I think I have an in. The king loves me. But yeah, I'm gonna head to Baldus's room now, and I'll see you guys soon. And just keep following.
Road replies, "Awesome. Watch out for hookers. Apparently Baldus keeps them everywhere."
What?
Watch out for hookers. Apparently Baldus keeps them everywhere. Gotta go.
Yes, I think your mom's a hooker.
That little gem is going to stay secret for a bit.
I didn't say that, but Baldus likes hookers. That's all I'm saying.
Mannie doesn't find his mom in the
Mannie's just going to be like, okay.
I hypothesize that he's going to get in there, and the room is going to be nothing but whatever that mind dust was that it was addicted to.
Oh God!
It just passed out hookers.
Oh, no.
That's all it's going to be. Go ahead.
Like the Hangover.
Yeah. I'm so glad I introduced you guys to Fantasy Mind Dust.
Oh my God.
Rhodes and Lokeros, what do you guys want to do? Continue talking with the prince, or what? Since
we've kind of got this lead, and I'm fairly confident that Rhodes is trusting that Mannie's going to investigate that. He would like to take a little side discussion with Then. I mean, not like pull him aside or anything, but just sort of change topics for a second and say,
sure.
As long as we have this sort of this pause here, you wouldn't happen to know anything about the Silverkund, would you?
No. Is it a person or another person to look into?
No, nothing to do with this. I believe it's an artifact or an object of some kind. I'm not entirely sure. My father was an archaeologist, and he was obsessed with it. Recent events have led me to believe that it might be hidden somewhere here in Arias, and I didn't know if you'd heard any stories or tales of it. I've heard a couple songs from bards and taverns that have mentioned it, but figured that a gentleman of your stature might know something a little more concrete.
I know someone who probably would. She's a very close friend of mine and whatnot, and she also happens to be working with the chronicler and with his archives and whatnot. Let me go and have her summoned. Just a moment, please.
You're very kind. Thank you.
This time he actually leaves the room himself to go and get this person. He doesn't send anyone for her. So you guys have a few moments to talk between the two of you.
Hey, Robe.
Yes.
I think that his brother, I don't know. I'm hoping we can find out some more information, but I'm suspicious that maybe he is playing this Lord Renault. I mean, it just seems really suspicious. He didn't seem to be telling the truth when he said that he didn't know who the snake lady was. And
I'm 100% with you. I bet that he's Lord Renault.
How do we tell the prince? I mean, we don't have any proof yet. Do we say anything to him?
No, we need proof before we bring it up. He's not gonna turn on his brother half or no.
True.
Without concrete evidence.
He still, sees him as a half brother.
Yeah, but that's still half blood. He's gonna want something solid before he acts on Baldus. So let's see what Mannie turns up. I sent him a note, by the way.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, how's he doing? Is he okay?
Seems he's found Baldus's room and he's exploring it now.
Well, I hope he hurries. Baldus or Lord Ronald, whatever his name is. I don't know if he caught on to, the things we're asking, or if he knows who you are, since you're the one who was kidnapped. But he could be going back to his room now. Maybe, should we send him a note and tell him that he's left our presence, so he could easily be heading back to his room?
That's probably a good idea. So, DM, quick question. We're not aware that Mannie is turned off his invisibility, correct?
Yeah, you have no idea that it's turned off.
Because he just said that he found the room and he's headed there now. That's all he said. Well, but he said to you, the king loves me, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, Rhodes, he told you that he met the king and that he had a lead to...
So we would know that he dropped. Otherwise, he couldn't have met the king. Well, at least you know. You haven't told me anything yet.
Okay, yeah. So if I know that he's lost his invisibility, then it would occur to Rhodes to warn him to make sure that if Baldus sees him under any guise, don't let him see the tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you send that message to Mannie?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I relay to Lokeros that I did that.
Okay, so Mannie, as you are as you're being escorted, you receive this message from Rhodes to be careful and to make sure your tattoo is hidden.
I say 10-4, good buddy.
Nice.
We need call signs, Mannie. That's the next thing that Rhodes says to him. Now that we've got these cool radios
that you've had for 3 years.
Yeah. How about Desert Eagle and Storm Cloud?
I like it.
I think saucer of milk.
Saucer and milk.
All sides of Keros that have to be excessively badass. Okay.
I just picture the four of you like in a clubhouse as like little kids with these Stones of Far speech. We gotta come up with cool nicknames, guys. Yeah. With your pet battle ram outside.
I fully support Mannie being called Desert Thunder.
Nice.
Or just the sleeper.
The Sandman.
Sandman.
Oh,
Damn.
The sleeper.
Sandman. I'll take the
You
Sandman.
would.
Oh, that's your call sign now, Manny.
Sandman. This is Susser of Milk.
Right.
I like it. All right. So, Manny, with that, you approach the guard opens the door for you and shows you in.
Thanks. No need for here. I'm just gonna clean it up and make sure it's all tidy for the young master.
Very good. And he shuts the door behind you. And now you're left alone in this large room. You see it's got like deep blue and maroon drapes and whatnot and trimmings in this room. You don't see any nice family portrait here. You just see a very formal, tidy room. But it's a similar sitting room.
All right. I'm gonna investigate the shit out of this room.
All right.
That would be 14.
14. So, as you're investigating this room, you see that you don't see like stray paper laying out on the right. God, you see it's one of those ones that has like it rolls down and shuts and locks, and you see that it is currently covered at the moment.
All right, I'll cover that.
So if you want to open it, you'll need to unlock it somehow.
Shit.
And you don't have thieves' tools, do you?
No, I don't. Can't get in here. I'm gonna try to like take my rapier out.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick it in the lock and try to jimmy it open.
Go ahead and make a dex check with disadvantage.
All right. That's a 4.
So, the tip of your rapier goes in, and when you go to turn it, you hear something clink, but your rapier is stuck.
Oh, shit.
And the lock is still very locked.
Oh, crap. I'm gonna yank as hard as I can on that to try to get my rapier out.
Yeah, make a strength check.
All right. Plus 0, that's 17.
A 17?
Yeah.
Okay, so you like put your foot up against the drawers to brace yourself, and you give it a 1-2 tug, and it pops off, and you kind of stumble back. And let's see, make another dex check.
Dang it. 12.
You back into a large curio cabinet, and you hear things like kind of jingling inside of it, and you see a decorative plate kind of teeter a little bit on its stand as it's deciding whether to completely tip over or try to stay balanced in place. But after a few moments, it's settles and doesn't tip.
All right, nothing breaks.
Yeah, your coast is clear so far.
All right, that's good. And that's really the only thing that's around here locked.
Yeah, everything else seems to be just like more for decoration. Nothing in this room. You do see a door to the left that leads into another room.
All right. Remembering the message, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself again. So I'm back to invisible. I'm going to check out the door there.
It appears to be locked as well.
God damn it, so many locked doors.
You can use your rapier again, pal.
All right, I'm going to go at the desk, and I'm going to try one last time with the rapier in the desk.
Okay, you know what to do.
Disadvantage, that's actually not too bad. And that's a check check. So that's 17.
Wow. Okay, so you
Yeah, I rolled a 15 and a 16. So
you once again look at the tip of your rapier and the hole, and you're like, okay, maybe I can just try this again. And you stick it in and give it a little bit of a tweak and a twist. And then you hear a click again, and the desk rolls up, like the cover rolls up.
awesome. All right. Quickly, I'm gonna see if anything's important there.
You don't see any papers scattered about, but you do see a couple of journals that are closed sitting on the desk.
All right, I'm gonna pick up one.
Okay, so the first journal didn't seem to have anything of interest, but the second one seems to be written in a cryptic message.
Okay. In common or?
In Gnomish. So what languages do you speak?
I do not speak any of those languages.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It appears to be written in Gnomish.
Shit. You're not there.
I put my hand in my pocket and I touch the stone and I say, "Man, just
Just take it. All right, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go on the stone.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over the stone and I'm gonna say, okay, guys, listen, I'm in the room now, and I have two journals. One's written in this weird language that I don't really know what it is. One's like a bunch of dates. There's also a door in here that's locked, and well, I'm not very good at picking locks. I barely got into this desk that I'm into now. I'm invisible right now.
So wait, you said there's two journals, you said?
Yeah, there's two journals.
Oh,
One has
one
dates.
One just has dates. The other one is
And the
written
other
in
one
language.
is, I don't even have any clue. It's some
I think we need
gibberish.
both of them. The one in gibberish might be the information for the dates. If the other one just has dates in it.
Yeah, take them both.
All right. I take both journals and I stick them in my pack and they turn invisible with me.
Okay.
And then there's nothing else on the desk.
Nothing that super sticks out at you.
Okay, I'm going to close the latch,
Mm-hmm.
relock it if I can. Oh, I can't relock it, can I? Because I don't have the key.
You don't have a key.
Shoot. So I'll just close it. And I'm going to try to get the fuck out of there.
Okay. Still invisible?
Oh, I'm invisible. Yep.
Okay. So you peek out the door and you don't see anyone around. There's no guard or anything. So you step out into the hallway, and where would you like to go?
Oh boy, I'm lost. So I'm going to head where the guard was taking me towards the king area.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hopefully run into some downstairs region.
Make an investigation check.
Oh my god. That's a 6.
You're so incredibly lost.
I'm going to touch a stone. Okay, guys, we have a little bit of a problem here.
What happened?
Sandman to somebody. Sandman to somebody.
Who's Sandman? Oh, wait, I get it. You're Sandman, right?
Yes. All right, so I'm lost. I have no idea where I am in this castle. This is bigger than I expected, and plus I'm only 3 feet tall, so you can only imagine how much taller this is. So, help.
I don't know how we can help. If you don't know where you are, how do we know where you are?
Yeah, plus we can't be seen to be slinking around because he's going to notice those journals are missing.
Yeah.
So we need to be, the two of us need to be visible our entire trip.
So, Manny,
Shit.
I need you to tell me high or low.
Oh, crap.
This is never good. This is literally never good when this happens.
Going low.
Going low. Okay, so
Invisibility's up for 8 hours.
so as you're having this panicked conversation with your pals, you hear footsteps approaching, and rounding the corner, you run in, or you don't run into if you're standing there, but you see Kat step around the corner as she's cleaning off her goggle muttering to herself.
Okay. I'm just gonna like stand still quietly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna follow her like a creeper in the night.
Oh God.
Smart.
This is going well.
Are you
I
gonna
love
see,
this.
kind of that weird?
He's gonna put her to sleep soon.
Sandman's about to make the best
Oh,
operation.
man.
Oh no.
Now I'm gonna follow her and just hope that she's gonna lead me to my friends and be like, oh,
Okay. So
okay, someone I know. Good.
you follow her, and she walks past a couple of hallways and whatnot. As she's you see she comes across like these large flights of stairs that descend down, and she starts heading down them. And coming up the stairs, you see Baldus. And as he passes her, he just kind of like looks at her with a sneer, and he's like, "So, how's the halflings stupid projects coming along?" And he doesn't even wait for her to respond. He just continues passing, and you hear him like snicker to himself. And she just kind of like stops on the steps and looks back at him. She's just like, "That son of a bitch," as she continues down the stairs.
I say, what a dickhead. Because I kind of forget that I'm invisible.
Let's see if she caught that. So, did you hear that? She stops suddenly, and so suddenly that you almost bump into her, and she turns around and she's like, "There."
I don't say anything.
Her hand rests at her holster, and she's like, "Hello, I know someone's there." Nothing. She waits for a few more seconds. She turns slowly, begins walking back down the stairs.
I wait till she's like 5 or 10 feet away, and then I proceed to follow her.
Okay. As you do that, she reaches the bottom of the steps and turns to the left, like around a corner. And you continue following her.
Yeah, keep an eye out for Road or anybody that I might know that I can hook up back with my team.
As you round the corner to follow her, you actually bump into her as she's turned around.
I knew it. Yep.
I saw that coming.
She turns around, and as soon as you bump into her, she reaches out and grabs you. And she's like, "All right, you son of a bitch, who are you?" And she has her gun.
Hello, I drop invisibly.
She has her gun like pointed right under your chin.
Oh, shit. Okay, how about we just put that down before I pee myself?
Mannie?
Hey!
What the fuck are you doing following me, you creeper?
That's not what I was trying to do. I was lost, and yeah, I'm sorry.
I thought you went... She like
Okay,
releases you. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Listen, I'm sorry. It wasn't my idea. It was Lokeros' idea. He wanted me to go and check things out. And
right under the bus.
Yep.
All 4 wheels.
She's like, "What do you mean this was Lokeros? Are you guys aren't like actually using Blitz as you guys
Oh,
aren't
no,
spies
no,
or anything, are you?"
no, of course. Listen, we ran into some trouble, and we were just trying to look into it. And well, we think there's something up with that, Jack Nugget that just passed by.
Baldus?
Yeah, the dickhead there.
Yeah,
we're trying to
he's an
see if something's
asshole.
up. Exactly, which I think there's something up. See, I don't tell anyone, but I kind of stole some journals of his.
What?
Just hear me out, okay? We really think there's.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's just get past our whole evil plan, Manny. I'm glad you asked, because I'd really like to take this time to explain my whole evil plan.
Apparently, it's my evil plan.
Well, as Toguro is frequently reminding us, you're the leader. So
Exactly.
So this is all Togoro's fault.
I mean, in a way, it really is.
So I explain to Kat. I go, listen. I'm just trying to find out what's going on. I feel like there's something sketchy with that guy, and I really think, we could catch him doing something. I think there's something up.
Okay, that is the most vague and obscure description of a person I've ever heard. Yeah, he's an asshole. He's a pretentious fuck, if I say so myself. But are you suspicious of all pretentious assholes?
Well, the thing is it might be involving my mom.
Is your mom in danger?
I don't know.
Okay.
Really?
Let me see these journals.
I don't know about that. The guys would be pretty upset about that, the whole thing.
I'm pretty upset. You're trolling on me.
It was an accident. I was just trying to find out where I was.
Accidentally snuck behind you like Scooby and Shaggy. I didn't mean to.
I tripped and fell into an invincibility spell.
Okay, if anyone's acting suspicious, it's you. So either hand over the journals or I can scream really loud.
Let's not do that. All right. And I get rid of the journals. Can we at least go somewhere quiet to do this instead of in the middle?
She pulls you into a room and it's like a small linen closet.
Oh, romantic.
Side note, I have to say I'm very proud of you for not going with your first initial instinct, which would probably be to cast sleep on her or something.
Yeah. I know, I was waiting for it. So here's the deal, sleep.
I was waiting for it. I didn't know. Yeah, no, proud of you.
We gotta break the trend sometime.
That's character growth. That's character growth right there.
Sandman's evolving.
So you hand over the journals and she looks at them and instantly her face changes from pissed off to like completely concerned. And then she looks up at you and she's
inside check.
I didn't even say anything.
And if I don't like it,
I am dead watching her. Inside check on her. 15.
What was that?
15 inside check.
She is super, super shocked as she looks up at you. Her face almost going pale. She goes, "You got these from his room?"
Yeah, and let me tell you, it was a bitch to try to get into his fucking cabinet, too. I almost broke my rapier.
Okay, this, and she holds up the one with the cryptic notes and stuff in it. She goes, "This is mine."
What?
Yeah, this is my journal. Why the fuck does he have it?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him? Oh, well, actually, let's not ask him because then I could really get fucked there.
I mean, this isn't my exact journal, but these are my notes. He's been copying my notes.
For the weapons. Oh, he's planning a coup.
Usurper.
What? I mean, what kind of notes are they? I can't even read them.
Yeah, because it's, it's in Gnomish, which I figured for a bard, you'd be at least versed in a little bit more languages. But that's not important. It's kind of a coded. I always kind of worry about people reading my private things and whatnot, especially my invention ideas and everything. So I write it in this code so nobody has it, but he's cracked my code and has been copying my things down. What the fuck?
Well, you're welcome. I don't know what to say really about this. I'm kind of nervous now.
So she's just like, okay, we need to go and talk to Then and your friends right away because this has got me all pissed off.
Okay, well, let's not get too hasty. I don't even think I'm supposed to be here, honestly. That's why
No,
I was
technically you're
invisible.
not supposed to be in this part of the palace, but we're beyond that. She throws open the door and pulls you forward.
Oh shit! Okay, we're going.
And let's see.
It just got
Real quick. Yeah. Rhodes and Lokeros. As you guys are waiting, the door opens back up and the prince returns with a black-haired Nikojin woman, the same one described earlier to Mannie. And he is leading her in by the hand. And you see she's like slightly blushing and whatnot over at you. And he's just like, I would like to introduce you to Lady Rin. She is the apprentice to the master chronicler here at court. And she might be able to help you with this, was it Silvercoon?
Silvercoon. Yes, thank you.
And here I thought, there might be a problem bringing Rhoda along, but I suppose not. I guess I had nothing to worry about all along. You're right, Rhoda. I'm a racist.
You already apologized for that. Let's not dig that any deeper.
So, with introductions out of the way, Rin asks how she can be of assistance to you. This Silvercoon, what are you wanting to know about it?
Anything that you might have on it. All I really know is that it's, I believe, a thing, some kind of an artifact or a relic, and that it's located somewhere in Arias.
Well, I know a little bit about it. It's in a few old Nikojin songs and tales, but I don't know how much I can answer. It's kind of an obscure terminology in our stories and whatnot. It's tied to the great silver dragon god Bahamut. And
yes.
It's said to be something that was created after the loss of his mate, Tamara.
Yes, I've heard from one of your traditional songs that it's supposed to bring peace to Bahamut.
Well, that's kind of debated. We're not quite sure if it's something allegorical or what, but it's something that is tied to the Dragonborn and the Dragon Blight, and possibly being able to, I don't know, maybe one day reawaken the dragon gods.
That is fascinating. Mm-hmm. Explains why my father was obsessed with it.
Oh.
Thank you. You've been very enlightening. Is there anywhere else I might be able to find more information?
You might have more luck with, well, she kind of like lowers her ears. If you were able to come across like actual Nikojin text from the Jade Empire, would probably learn a lot more. Unfortunately, those can only be found in the possessions of either the Dwarven High King of Thallarang or within the treasury of the human kingdom of Rymor, since those were the two kingdoms that, well, destroyed my people.
So, real quick, I'm sorry, you said Rymor and what was the other one?
Thallarang.
Thallarang. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate all of your assistance. Just one last question. Mm-hmm. I've heard mention potentially of Abington in relation to Silvercoon. Does that appear in any of the stories or any of the lore?
Well, Abington is a human kingdom name, but before then it was a part of what was known as the Great Forest that used to cover almost all of the western lands of Arias. It could also maybe hold remnants or even ancient ruins of lost Dragonborn civilization or structure that might be able to help you.
Thank you very much. You've been most kind. If there's any way I can repay your generosity, please don't hesitate to ask.
Well, I'm glad to be of assistance to you. And it's a pleasure to meet one of your kind. I've actually only ever once came across a text about Tabaxi, so it's actually quite
Really? What did you read about us?
Well, that there was just a few similarities between our two races, but you originate from a continent, what's it called? Exar or something like that? I can't remember. It's been so long. Is that true or?
Oh, DM, is it true?
Let's see. Oh, Unari is the continent you're from.
Unari, there we are.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I correct her.
Oh, Unari. I see. Interesting. Yeah, apparently your kind, along with other races that don't exist here on Arias, or is where you're from.
Yes, I did have to travel a great distance to reach this continent. But it's been a pretty incredible place, very hospitable since our arrival, and I look over at Then when I say that.
He smiles at you guys. And she does as well. She goes, well, if you ever have a time, I'd love to sit and learn more about your people and your land and even your culture.
Of course, I'm.
And Then just interjects and laughs. She goes, oh, she will take up your evening talking to you. She's a bit of a history nerd, but
I would be delighted. And Rhodes says that with genuine enthusiasm, sort of enjoying being able to talk, archaeology and history with somebody else.
So as you guys are having this discussion, and Mannie at the same time as well, this is where we're going to end off. So you're having this delightful conversation with Ben and Rin, and Mannie, you were being dragged along behind a very pissed off cat when all of a sudden, underneath everyone's feet, you hear something. You hear a loud rumble, almost like thunder. And Kat stops immediately where she's at. And she's like, that's not a good sound, as she turns to look at you. And you guys hear another rumble, only this time the castle begins to shake and jostle. And
what's that mean?
I don't know. And then all of a sudden, a very loud explosion erupts. And it sounds like a million or hundreds of thunderclaps all at once. And beams start shaking and falling down in place as an explosion rocks the palace.
Oh, shit.
That's not good.
That's not. And as it happens, Rhodes and Lokeros, in your room, the place, beams collapse in and fall, and you guys are immediately consumed by dust and smoke. And Mannie, in the hallway, you and Kat leap just in time as heavy beams fall right above your heads. And the building just continues to shake and rock and whatnot as this explosion continues in the palace. Okay, you approach a back door in one of the alleyways and whatnot. You find yourself stepping into a room, and you smell a lot of different smells, some very bitter, some very strong and heavy, some pleasant, and you see there's all sorts of leaves and plants hanging in this room.
Hello, Toguro is here. Have no fear.
You hear an old elderly lady's voice. Hello.
Hello.
Who's back there?
Oh, I got lost. Can I go through your shop to get to the front door?
I suppose.
I can pay you.
That's okay. That back door. Oh, okay. It's an old woman, just completely wrinkled face and whatnot. She has a herbalist apron and everything.
Oh, what do you do?
I'm an herbalist. I dry plants and make small potions and tonics.
What kind of potions?
Mostly healing potions to help young ladies conceive children, men to give them potency and bet. Are you looking for something? Is there?
Yeah, I'll take a healing potion. That sounds good.
Oh, okay. I have a little basic healing potion. Can sell it to you for 3 gold.
Okay.
She eyes you up and down. There anything else I could sell you? Perhaps to help you woo a lady companion?
Not unless you have a miracle.
What sort of miracle, dear?
I don't know. I was always told to buy miracles.
I don't sell miracles, but I can give you a
Chocolate
potion.
coating helps it go down better.
Okay. So, she doesn't really know what you're talking about with all that, but okay. So you buy the healing potion?
Yes.
Okay. So anything else you want to buy? Or are you heading back to the tavern?
I'm just going to head back to the tavern.
Okay. You get about halfway back when the ground you feel kind of like a low rumble ground.
I don't know what that is. I continue to head to the palace, or not the palace, but the inn.
Tavern. Yeah.
Yes.
You do that, and a couple other people next to you kind of like have the same reaction as you, where they kind of like pause for a second, like, what was that? And then they go back to business. Then all of a sudden you hear a loud, thunderous explosion, and you look up expecting a cloudy thunderstorm, but the sky is clear. However, slightly to the east of your direction, you see the palace erupting in smoke, and you see some spires start crumbling down. You see people around you are also reacting to this as well with shock and awe.
Oh no.
And then another loud explosion erupts, and you see larger chunks of the palace begin quaking and crumbling.
I just book it to the inn to let them know, because I don't know if they know.
When you make it to the tavern, you see Blitz and Feyora and Alforn. They're coming out because they're all hearing this as well, and you see they all have looks of shock on their face.
Okay, yeah, I just look at him and I pull out my axe and I kind of motion like you know where I'm going.
Feyora, actually all 3 of them take off to follow you. So you 4 head in that direction as you see the palace is just being consumed.
God save the queen.
The palace is being consumed in smoke and in fire. Thanks for joining us for the Arias adventures here on Party Advantage. Come join our community over on our Discord channel and hang out with the cast and fellow fans of the show by following the link in the episode description. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook using @PartyAdvantage to check out fun posts, polls, and special announcements. Lastly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you stay current with all of our episodes on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Come back next week for the Farwind Saga run by fellow DM Rob Kerr. Will the party find an advantage on their next encounter? Only one way to find out. See you then.